Hi, I'm Chad with Move Forward Guitar. This lesson is from our series, How to Memorize Guitar Notes. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you the names of the open strings. First off, if you like all the diagrams from this series, including the diagrams from this lesson, you can download our free e-guide, Memorize Guitar Notes. But I am working on it right now as I'm filming this lesson, so it might not be available as you're watching the lesson. But once it is available, a link will pop up on the screen that'll allow you to download it. And like I said, it's free, so there's no reason not to download it when it is available. This is part 2 from our series, How to Memorize Guitar Notes. If you'd like to go back and start at the beginning, you can click the link on the screen. So if you already know this information, if you already know the names of your open strings, you can go ahead and skip on to the next lesson. Like I said in the last lesson, I want to start with the very basics so that no matter who's watching this, they can follow along. But I guarantee that even if you're more advanced, if you don't know all the notes on your fretboard, that you're going to find lessons that are helpful to you. So go ahead and skip on and look for the lessons that are actually going to help you out. So it's crucial to start with understanding the open strings, because if you don't know the names of the open strings, you can't even get your guitar in tune. So it should be one of the very first things you learn. And again, I just want to make clear with this diagram that you're looking at the 6th string here, you're looking at the 1st string here. So this is your thickest string, this is your thinnest string. So these are the names of your open strings, meaning that if you were to pluck any of these strings without fretting any note, those would be the notes you would get. So if you were to pluck your 6th string, for example, you'd get an E. So your 6th string is E, your 5th string is A, your 4th string is D, your 3rd string is G, your 2nd string is B, and then your 1st string is E again. So you can just go through and pluck each one of the strings one at a time, start with the 6th string, and say those names. Say E, A, D, G, B, E as you do it. Make sure your guitar is in tune first so that when you do it, you're actually hearing the correct pitch, and that's really going to help with your ear training. And some people can memorize stuff pretty fast, and that's all you need to know to memorize these strings, is just see it, memorize it pretty quick, and then you're done. But a lot of people need some sort of trick that'll help them memorize. And something that you can do is give each one of these note names a word to help you memorize it, and then it gives you this phrase that will help you memorize the whole thing together. And one of them that I use or have used or heard a lot is elephants and dogs grow bigger eventually. So if you can remember that phrase, then you'll remember, starting with the 6th string, all the names of the open strings. Or another one that I've heard multiple times is Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. I've heard many others. You can come up with your own, but that's just a little trick that you can use that'll help you memorize the open strings. And then once you do that, you won't have to think about it anymore. It'll just be so natural to you that you'll just know that the open strings starting with the 6th string are E, A, D, G, B, E. So that's just a quick lesson to make sure that you understand the note names of the open strings. It's extremely important to learn this early on. Like I said, that's how you get your guitar in tune. But we're also going to build on this to memorize the notes up and down the fretboard. So start here, learn that. You should be able to learn it pretty quickly. Then you can go ahead and move on to the next lesson, where I'm going to show you how you can start learning all the names of the notes on your fretboard just by going in alphabetical order using the musical alphabet. And you can do that without any extra knowledge than what I've given so far, and that'll be a good place to start. So go ahead and move on to the next lesson, and be sure to download the e-guide. All the diagrams are in there, and be sure to subscribe because we have at least one new lesson every day.